Alright. What's good? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing back at you with my post-fight reaction to Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez. So, first things first, what I will tell you what I first noticed. Triple G looked soft to the body coming out. He didn't look like he fit out well in at 168. He looked kind of soft to the body or whatnot. You know, yeah, that was the first thing I noticed. But off top, the first 8 rounds, Triple G was just sluggish as hell. I mean, sluggish as hell, bro. Not letting his hands go. You know, waiting on Canelo. That's what was really confusing to me. I kept wondering, like, why the hell are you allowing Canelo to be first, bro? Like, why are you not being first like the Triple G that we know? He was not throwing that jab out. The jab that I stated in the keys to victory, he was not throwing that out at all. He was allowing Canelo to dictate the pace. He was not pushing Canelo back. He was not even trying to force Canelo back. Canelo was pushing him back. Canelo was popping off a beautiful jab, landing great combinations to Triple G, all Triple G, I mean, should I say. And you know, Triple G, like, he just looked very lethargic. Now, it's 2 things that I believe is the cause of that. One, Triple G's 40 years old. Obviously they haven't fought in 4 years, and Canelo, and you know, it showed that they haven't fought. Like, I mean, Triple G just, it almost looked like Triple G was second guessing himself. And one thing that what's his name? I can't think of his name. Jonathan Banks said to Triple G that I did not like at all was I need you to believe in yourself. And because it really looked like Triple G was not believing in himself. It looked like Triple G just was very hesitant. He was very just second guessing, and just wasn't the Triple G that we knew. And Canelo, but I was saying, but one, I mean, it was his age. I do feel like, you know, like I said, he's 40 years old. He's not the same Triple G. He hasn't looked like the same Triple G probably since the last fight with Canelo. All right. And the second thing is, it could be the weight. I don't know how many, like, real boxing fans I have, some throwback boxing fans that remember this, but I'll take you back to Kelly Pavlik, when Kelly Pavlik was knocking out everybody at 160, right? Well, in the rematch with Jermaine Taylor, I think that fight was at a catch weight of either 166 or 165, and Kelly Pavlik didn't look as powerful. He looked a little bit, he didn't look as explosive as he did at 160, right? But nevertheless, he still got the victory. Bernard Hopkins then chooses to fight Kelly Pavlik at the catchweight of 170, and Kelly Pavlik just looked very lethargic. He looked very sluggish. He looked very sluggish. Now, granted, I do think styles play a key factor in that fight. I believe that Bernard Hopkins' style gave Kelly Pavlik all that he could handle, but I also feel like him fighting at 170 he just wasn't ready for that. And he looked very lethargic, very slow, kind of the same way that Triple G looked tonight. So it could be this is Triple G's first time fighting at the full 168. I mean, he fought in 160, like 165 against Steve Rose, but that's Steve Rose, you know, so I don't really count that. But he fought at the full weight of 168, and this was his first time doing it, and obviously his body didn't fill it out. It showed, and he just looked very lethargic, very slow. He didn't do anything really. He was throwing pity pat punches. No, he didn't throw any punches with conviction. And I was thinking that, you know, hey, maybe this is a slow start, because I know Bernard, if you ever watch Bernard Hopkins or a lot of older fighters, they'll give the first few rounds away because when you become 40 years old, it's like you really don't have the legs and stuff to carry you through a whole 12-round fight. So they'll give the first few rounds away, but then they'll pick it back up. They'll pick it up in the second half. And to a degree, he started picking it up the ninth round. Triple G. He started picking it up the ninth round. In the ninth round, he started actually throwing punches with conviction, throwing combinations, and trying to push Canelo back. And he even caught Canelo with a shot that I thought kind of buzzed Canelo. Not stunned him really, but kind of caught Canelo's attention, for lack of better words. And but then he would constantly back off of Canelo. And but again, you know, Canelo, that's when Canelo starts to fatigue. Canelo always fatigues around the 8th or the 9th round. And that's what I said in my fight, in my keys to victory. You're gonna have to pick it up in the later rounds, because that's when Canelo fatigues, and that's your best shot right there. And Triple G was able to pick it up, but it was just not enough. It wasn't the Triple G that we grew up watching in the sport, right? It wasn't the Triple G that we remember. It wasn't Triple G being Triple G. And so Canelo, with that being said, he just looked, like I said, I continue to use the word lethargic. He just looked very sluggish. He didn't look like himself, and Canelo pretty much outclassed him. All right, I had to fight 118 to 110, 10 rounds to 2 for Canelo. Now, Adelaide Bird would have been a very, very, very great judge for this fight, right? However, 2 of the judges' scorecards had it 115 to 113 for Canelo. Now, where the hell were these judges at when Triple G should have really won the fight, right? But I don't see how, I did not see Triple G winning 5 rounds. Let me see. Yeah, literally, I didn't see Triple G, because I know for a fact the first 8 rounds for sure, it was an 8-0. And the 9th round, Triple G was coming back, but I kind of still gave that to Canelo. I think the 10th, no, I think maybe the 9th round I gave to Triple G, and the 10th round, I forgot, but I know Triple G won 2 rounds, and that was it. He definitely didn't win the fight. It wasn't close at all. And I was very surprised at the lack of body shots. Well, I was surprised at the lack of body shots Triple G was throwing in the later rounds. I understand in the fresh Canelo, you don't want to throw body shots, because a lot of times when you go to the body, you're subject to leave your head open, right? And I was actually surprised, but I still was surprised at the lack of body shots that I was getting from Canelo, because at the end of the day, Triple G's body was looking soft, and Triple G, he looked very lethargic. Now, Canelo would do very good while setting up the body shots that he did throw. I love how Canelo would throw a jab and then dip and then throw a looping hook to the body, and a looping hook, and it was beautiful. But I expected Canelo to go to the body a little bit more than what he did. But again, you know, it is what it is. You know, if it ain't broke, don't break it. And Canelo did what he had to do. It was nothing really spectacular about what Canelo was doing. It was so much of, because Canelo fought. He pushed he pushed Triple G back. He kind of fought like the second the Canelo in the second fight. However, it was just so much of what Triple G was doing. You was just wondering, like, damn, is this Triple G getting old? I really wouldn't. I won't be able to answer that until his next fight, until Triple G's next fight. He did look old, but I don't, like, again, it could have been a combination of Triple G's age and Triple G first time fighting at 168. All right, he's fought at 160 his whole career, so it could have been a combination of both. However, the next fight will answer that. All right, but again, not really a fun fight. It wasn't worth being on pay-per-view. If you didn't buy the pay-per-view, or if you missed the fight, don't be upset. Let me know what you think. What do you want to see both fighters do next? Do you want to see Triple G retire next? Is Triple G past his prime? But what do I know? Like, comment. My bad. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching.